Hey, good morning to you. It's Wednesday. It's Hump Day. What's happening? I hope your day is going well. I hope you're having a good day so far. It's going to be another hot day here in Birmingham, but that's okay. We expect that, don't we? Hey, this is Oz, your Dutch uncle. If you have not done so, please like, follow, share, and subscribe to Smash Bros. Radio. We are an independent only digital radio station in Pleasant Grove, Birmingham. We are award winning. So if you have not done so, you please like, follow, share, and subscribe. You can find us on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. Check us out. We got a good lineup. Also, as for me, myself, Oz, your Dutch uncle, you can find me on TikTok. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me on Twitter, Facebook, as well as YouTube. So please like, follow, share, subscribe. Also, we have an app. So if you please, we would very much appreciate it if you would download our app. Also, there's a new program that's going to be starting soon, Chaos. And Chaos will be on from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. He claims that he's going to wake you up, put you to sleep, and turn you out. So check out him. He'll be coming on soon. And just download the app. We play a lot of good music. So got a lot going on. This one thing that's really kind of bothersome and curious and worrisome and all those other adjectives is what's transpiring over in Hawaii. I am surprised that the majority of individuals did not know that Hawaii at one time was a sovereign nation, that Hawaii had its own monarchy, had its own kings and queens. And it wasn't until the missionaries started bringing their little asses over to Hawaii, trying to convert the Polynesians to their pagan religion. And then all of a sudden you had the white businessmen, especially the Dole family, Dole pineapples. They arrived and stole, invaded Hawaii. And so as I have tried to be tactfully, United States hands are not clean. They're rather bloodied. So because of colluding with the United States government and lying, Hawaii was invaded, was taken over, was stolen from the Polynesian. The last queen was held prisoner in her own mansion. And I did not know this, but actual Hawaiian history is censored in the islands. You cannot from the white man's standpoint, teach the actual history of Hawaii because they don't want that shame. Because the same individuals that came over and conquered and murdered and robbed are the same individuals in which are still controlling the government of Hawaii. So it's really it's all coming full circle because there are a lot of questions, and the native Polynesians, and I'm not talking the ones that have been living there for 5 or 20 years. I'm talking about the ones that have been there for generations. Have finally getting up the news out there, because there was, if you go to TikTok has a lot of videos on it that showing a lot of the Polynesians and how they feel about the tourists. And when you really think about it, you have a tragedy that has occurred, and the resources over in the islands are already limited. And now you have this horrendous, terrible tragedy to have happened, and now the resources are even more. There's more of a shortage, but yet you still have these foreigners, these invaders, these tourists coming over. And while the individuals or families that were found dead in the water, you have these invaders, these tourists coming over, swimming and enjoying themselves. They're not understanding that they don't have a conscience, or and I would wager that most of them really could care less that a tragedy has occurred because they're over there for vacation. But I think that it's time now for there to be an awakening, per se, for lack of another word, for there to be some type of regulation, some type of what's the word, guidelines of maybe the tourists should not be allowed to come over at this point now because of the resources being so strained and of the shortages. It's a shame, and it's similar to, it was not similar, but in a way, what transpired during Katrina down in New Orleans in the Ninth Ward. Individuals have been there for generations upon generations, and most of them moved out. Some of them died, and they had those empty properties. And so you have these, what's the word? Shady, for lack of another word, shady individuals coming in and all of a sudden buying out these properties. And then you have these land developers coming in and stealing and robbing. And this is similar to what is transpiring over in Hawaii, because I think there are 2, 4, 6. I think there were 8 or 10 individuals that have mansions that are located on the hill, and their estates were not damaged. And people were saying that, well, it had to do with the winds. And so, but that's still speculation. And then you have the queen herself, and I use that term loosely, Oprah, that is now, information is coming out to where she has bought large tracts of land. And so, and then for the governor to come out, and was saying that he's going to try to see if the state could come and take over the land. I mean, what are you saying? What are you saying? This land these properties that you're talking about, the state coming in to take over, have been in the generations upon generations upon generations of families. And so now all of a sudden, see, that's a lot of speculation, and I'm not per se involved in the conspiracy, but something doesn't seem correct, doesn't seem right, doesn't seem proper. And then there's a speculation that there was a beam that came down to start, a red beam that came to start the fire. So see, you have all this revelation coming out, all this information coming out. And so it blows your mind to the point, but because of the history of the white man coming in under the disguise of a sheep, but actually a wolves, and swooping in, and just with this facade about, well, we're trying to help you out and we're going to give you this money. And then on top of that, you have the president offering to give the individual $700. One time, $700, where he has sent billions of dollars to Ukraine. That's really fucked up. That is really fucked up. You would consider a foreigner more important and more valuable than a U.S. citizen. And I think that's fucked up. I think that an investigation should be started now. I think that information should be started out to let these individuals know that do not sell your property yet. Get the full information before you do anything. And I think that those individuals should come together and form some type of association, so that way the accurate information, the correct information is given. Because these individuals, upon generations upon generations upon generations of families, have held this prime property for so long. And these white folks, along with some black folks, saw the importance, saw the greed that why should you have this land? I mean, what right do you have? But they fail to realize, listen, we are native Polynesians, we are native Hawaiians. And so this property that you think that we have no right to, we've owned this for at least 6, 7 generations. This is where we were raised. This is where our ancestors were raised. But I think that it's time for a reevaluation on the tourism when it comes to Hawaii. Now, there was a TikTok done about there's no housing shortage in Hawaii, that the majority of the condos that are owned by foreigners who don't even live there. And the property tax is so cheap that they could do that. And so this gentleman suggested that possibly property taxes should be raised to the point to where the individuals either sell or they start renting, and that money that is generated, that revenue that is generated, goes back to the native individuals. So see, this is just a history. This is just an ongoing robbery of what the white men has done previously. So it shouldn't really be a surprise, even with the 21st century. This shouldn't be a surprise. And then there is a lawsuit against an electrical company because they didn't turn the electricity off or something. But I think that the veil has been raised, and that hopefully the truth will be known, that there has been some underhanded bullshit going on, and that I think that the individuals that were responsible should be held accountable for their actions. I think that here, especially here in the United States, I think that no foreigners should be allowed to own property in the United States, as well as in Hawaii. If you're not a native Polynesian, if you're not a native Hawaiian, you should not own property. And when I say native, I'm talking about individuals who have been there from the beginning. Now, I understand that you have some individuals that have been there like 20, 30 years. I don't know, but I think that those individuals who are more knowledgeable when it comes to the history, I think that those who are actually for the benefit of Hawaii should be some type of guideline, some type of regulation should be that if you can prove, similar to what I think what the Indians have to do. They have a book that lists all the families, and if you are in this book, well, then the council will accept you. But if you're not of that book, if your family is not listed in that book, and I think that there should be some type of book generated to show the authenticity of whether or not an individual is a true Polynesian. I know that in Samoa, that Samoan, that foreigners cannot own property. And I think that that's how, because in the other countries would not allow you to come in and own property. And I think that it's high time that the United States looks at its regulations and guidelines and will not permit foreigners to come in. Especially over there in Arizona, you have, the Arabs coming in buying water, and which is mind-blowing. But yet, what about the individuals, about the farms and the cattle that need the water? So I think that, and also I think down in Texas, you have some foreigners that have bought land, tracts of land, and oil fields. So I think that something should be done when it comes to regulating who can own land in Hawaii as well as United States. Likewise, I think that the treaties that were signed years ago should be held, should be followed through. Uh, because, I mean, why have a treaty if you're not going to follow it? So, see, this is just the tactics of the white men, the mutants. Uh, they have a history of underhandedness, and they have become so equipped with knowledge that they do it so readily, and they do it so smoothly without any type of radar going off or red flags going off, because they're used to it. They become masters of underhandedness. So I think there's a lot that we have a lot of shit going on. If you really want to put it into bigger, proper perspective, we have a lot of shit going on. You have the situation with Hawaii. You have the situation with Utah, with the pedophiles. You have the situations with the Indians and United States government, with the United States government not fulfilling its obligations to the Indians. You have this idiot that now has 4 indictments against him. It's just mind-blowing. And you can get so caught up into the bullshit, the circus atmosphere, that it can really make you depressed. And then with the situations when it comes to the schools, I cannot imagine what it's like to be a parent nowadays. I cannot imagine what it's like to have a child or to have children, with the activities and with the way that the cost of living and with the property. Also, let me backtrack for a moment. If you are an investor and you are looking for some long-term investments, check out Africa. Check out exactly what is transpiring in Africa, because African nations, the African government, especially in South Africa, is looking for minority investors. They will take white folks' money, but mostly they're looking for minority investors to invest in their country. Check exactly what is transpiring in Africa, because the African nations are finally coming together as a republic. And so they're questioning the colonizers. France is in trouble and trying to pull its weight with what's transpiring, because they're still raping Africa. They're still taking minerals and those resources from Africa. So finally, the African nations have finally come to an awakening, and saying that we're not going to allow you to rape us no more. We're not going to allow you to take what is ours any longer. So for long-term investors, check out exactly what is transpiring in Africa. Also, check out the housing crisis in Florida. Now, you have to understand long-term. If long-term means at least between 10 to 15 years. This is not readily fast money. So do your research, do your due diligence, but check out, if you're long-term, check out exactly what is transpiring in Africa, and also when it comes to the real estate down in, especially around Orlando and the surrounding areas of Orlando. So there's a crisis because of the idiots, the returns or Republicans down in Florida. So I want to get that out. So you have all this transpiring that is happening simultaneously. And we have got to quit thinking that we're living in a bubble and it doesn't affect us. It is eventually going to affect us, because what they're doing to one, they will do to all of us. And we need to put them under the spotlight. We need to put them underneath the microscope, and we need to let them know that we know exactly what you're doing, and put them on notice. So that way they'll be more reluctant. They're not going to stop, but they're going to be a little bit more reluctant in doing things. So that's my pet peeve right now. So, but what I was going to start talk about is okay. Uh, we have this way of thinking that, well, I have to be this. I have to be strong. I have to be a certain way. We have to get into a mental state that it's okay not to be okay. It's okay to say no. It's okay to change the way that we do things. It's okay to set limitations. It's okay to set boundaries. It's okay for us to take care of ourselves. It's okay. And if people cannot realize and if people will not accept that it's okay, well, then that's not your problem. That's their problem. We have we have to get to the place to where we think about our feelings. We think about our health. We think about our well-being. We have to start looking at what is best for us. And understand that once we start these changes, that we are going to get some negative feedback because people are not familiar with us saying no. People are not familiar with us all of a sudden setting boundaries or setting people that, what I allowed you to do a long time ago, I'm not going to allow you to do now. And it's similar to the situations over in Hawaii, over on the tribal land. What we allowed you to do a long time ago, we're not going to allow you to do now. So we're going to start asking questions, and we're going to start laying foundations for boundaries. Because when you have limited resources, those resources should go to those individuals who are residents, not invaders. Not those who come for a week and then leave. We have to start doing what's best for us. We have to start doing what's best for our family. We have to do what's best for our children. And it's okay. It's okay for us to do us. And we have to practice that because we are so used to being a doormat that we really don't recognize exactly what's transpiring because we have allowed it to occur so much that it becomes second nature. It has become common with us. Now, understand there is going to be some guilt because you're not used to being you. You're not used to looking after you. You're not familiar with doing for you. And you're going to feel guilty. And you're going to backtrack once or twice. But once you get that second wind and you feel that freedom and you feel that pressure off of you, then it's going to become more readily valuable to you. Because everybody else is doing them, how come you can't do you? And again, if it's not your problem if they can't deal with that. It's not your problem. Yes, you're gonna be called, so you got like that now, huh? So you like that. Hell yeah, I'm like that. Fuck you and your mom. You can still have that family unit. You can still have that family unity. You can still have that family love, but it's a more balanced love. Because, you always have that one aunt, you always have that one cousin to always have their hands out, and everybody's always doing for that one aunt or is allowing that one aunt to do whatever she wants to. Put a stop to it. Put a stop to it. The bitch was a troublesome motherfucker when she was young. She's a troublesome motherfucker adopt. And 9 times out of 10, if you stand up to her, she's going to respect you more. Same way with that one cousin. That one cousin always has his hand out. Well, I'll pay you back tomorrow. Tomorrow never comes. You have become codependent. And it's time to cut the strings. And it's time to let these individuals know that, no, we're not going to have it over at my house this Christmas or this holiday. You're going to have it somewhere else. And and they say, but I don't give a fuck where we've always had it. I don't want it at my place this year. You need to start rotating it. Each year we have the supper or the gathering at somebody's house. But I don't want it at my house because I have to do all this cleaning before. Then I have to do all this cleaning during. Then I have to do all this clearing after. And none of you motherfuckers help me during, before, or after. You just come, eat, mess up, take your asses home. Well, this year, we're not having it at my place. And I don't give a happy goddamn where you have it. Because if it comes down to it, I have mine here. And you can just have yours everywhere else. Put your foot down. Shock the hell out of everybody. Let everybody know that, she's, yes, I have. I'm not going to be your doormat anymore. I'm not going to be your that, well, anything needs to be done, she can do it because, no, I'm not going to do it no more. And I don't care if I have the resources. I don't care if I have the time. I don't want to do it no more. Because you can do whatever you want to when you want to, but when it comes to other things, you don't have time. No, motherfuckers, we ain't doing this shit this year. And if they get mad, they get mad. If they stop speaking to you, well, that means that you don't have to buy no Christmas gifts, which means that you're going to save fucking money. And you need to look at your relationship with your church. Because the church is part of your family too, and a different relationship. You need to let your pastor know that, no, I don't want to do this. And if no, I'm not going to do it. I'll talk to God. Because I have a relationship to God. It's becoming balanced in your life. It's creating peace in your life. It's creating less pressure on your life. Listen, we have too much outside forces fucking us up. We don't need individuals who are supposed to be our sanctuary, who are supposed to be our support system, who are supposed to be those who love us and support us. We don't need shit from them. Strangers, okay. Co-workers, okay. Associates, okay. But not when it comes to your home, not when it comes to your family. There has to be a balance straight through your life. It's okay not to be okay. It's okay to say no. It's okay to change. It's okay to modify. It's okay to take control of what is yours. It's okay to have peace. It's okay to have less conflict. Hell, you got conflict when you're dealing with your children. When you're dealing with you don't need it at home. Your home should be a place to where you go to relax, to chill out, to say, fuck the world. When you close your door, don't want no shit coming to it. Because you know exactly who is doing all of that. And you need to put them in their place. Sometimes you can be tactful. Sometimes you can't. Sometimes you have to hurt people. And then listen, if their feelings get hurt, they allowed you to hurt their feelings. That's not your problem. They don't have a problem hurting your feelings or making you feel guilty. It's your time. See, we allow certain individuals to have so much control over what we do, what we think, how we perform, how everything about us, in that we gave them the power to take our confidence, to take our power. You've always wanted to do this. You always wanted to have a club. You always wanted to have your own business. Do it. Fuck everybody else. And if you don't succeed the first time, it was a learning experience. It wasn't a failure. It was a learning experience. You've never done it before, so how the hell? True enough, you can go to YouTube and get an understanding or foundation or some type of basics of what to do, what not to do. But you have to experience it. I can't tell you what it feels like to have a baby because I never had a baby. All I can do is watch YouTube and get an understanding like, damn, that shit's painful as hell. And look at that big old ass hair coming out of that little baby. I can only do so much because I've never and I don't want to experience having a baby. There's certain things I don't want to experience. But I can have an understanding. And don't let these folks say, well, I sympathize with you. Fuck your sympathy. Because, see, at 63 years old, surviving death, I've come to the conclusion I don't need your fucking sympathy. I need your understanding. And if you can empathize with me, that's fine. But as for your sympathy, that just means that you really don't give a happy goddamn how I feel. You're just trying to ease your conscience, but you're not going to do it on my time. Fuck you and your sympathy. Smoke it, shove it, eat it, whatever. Digest it, whatever. I don't need your sympathy. I don't need your tolerance. You're going to accept me. You're going to respect me. It's okay. I'm an example. I'm a model of everything changing. Did you think that I seeked out and I wanted to be on a radio station? Hell no. I didn't even think about being a radio personality. Didn't even think about it. But Ralph saw something in me that had him call me to ask would I do it. And look at me, 63 years old. You can do it. Yes, it's going to be frightening. Let me tell you, the first 3 months, because I'm really an introvert. I'm telling you, if you can believe that shit, I'm really an introvert. I'm really somewhat shy. The first 3 months of me starting, I was in the bathroom 10 minutes before the show started, 5 minutes before the show started. I was in the bathroom throwing up because of anxiety. Anxiety was kicking my ass. And there was numerous times I was like, fuck this shit. I can't do this. But Ralph saw something in me and I could not disappoint Ralph. I could not. And then some friends told me that, well, Humes, you're in the studio by yourself. And it's true, I'm here by myself. And if I wanted to, I can close the windows off so that way people can't see in. I can even turn off the lights. But I'm here by myself. So that helped a lot to realize that I'm here by myself. Now getting used to setting up the equipment was another thing because we have different individuals. We have different, producers and individuals that use the soundboard or whatever. I think that's what it's called. I'm still learning terminology. To come in and they forget how to put it back to like it was. So because of anxiety and because of not paying attention of how the board was set up, it would really freak me out. And I would have to come. The show starts at 9 to 10, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, Central Standard Time. So I would come here at 7. I would leave the house at 6:45. I would get here by 7:15. So that way I would try to calm down. I have got finally, after 3 years, or 2 years, I've got to the point to where I can get here at 8:15 or even 8:30. Pay attention to how the board is set up. And it generally takes me 10 minutes to set everything up so that way I can have this everything ready to start the show. Because I've evolved, I've grown. And that's what it's okay is all about. It's okay. It's okay that the first go around, it didn't come out like you want. It's a learning experience. Okay, so what did you learn? What did you learn not to do? What did you learn to add to? And if it takes you 2, 3, 4 times, what does it matter? It's a learning experience. Don't listen to them naysayers. They're jealous of you. They want you to fail. Even though they have those little fake ass motherfucking smiles. They want you. Don't let them fail. Don't let them. Don't let them. Don't let them. Don't hear that shit. If they can't come with support, if they can't come with some type of positivity, fuck you. Leave me alone. I'll see you whenever I see you. I don't care if we were closest cousins. I don't care if we spent the night together. I don't care. This is how I want to be now. Be with me or be against me. There's no middle ground. It's okay to change. It's okay to want to be better. It's okay to want to get that degree. It's okay to want to get that associate degree. It's okay. It's okay to fail. And understand failure is not failure. Failure is an experience. And we have got to change the way that we, our concepts, our perceptions. Failure is not failing. Failing is when you don't do shit. That's when you failed. When you haven't tried. That's failing. You fucked up. It's a learning experience. This was a learning experience. There's so much I want to learn now. There's this, I want to know how that I can pre-record my show. So then that way when the anxiety kicks in again, and sometimes when I just don't feel like it, I know how to go and click on something and it will show. That's what I want to get to. I want to get to the point to where I can pre-record shit and have it come on. Have it come on. That I don't have to come to the studio. I'm spending more time with my godmom because she's getting older. And I have to spend time with her. I have to make sure that my time is adequate. It's quality time. So see, eventually I want to be able to pre-record my show. I want to get to the point to where I get in touch with Chauncey Kenyon and have my own website. And everything's connected. Facebook is connected. Smash Bros. Radio is connected. YouTube is connected. Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. All of it's connected. All I have to do is just push one goddamn button. Boom! It's there. I want to make sure that everything is protected, that my LLC I'm doing properly. Because if you have an LLC and your LLC is not producing revenue, then why the hell do you have an LLC? So I need to make sure that Erica Scott Torbert is on board and understands exactly what's what and has lined up everything for me. I need to know that Chris Wynn is there when I need graphics. And if I need little jingles and all, I know to go to Benny Hertz. I know to go to Freddie. I know to go to Ralph. I know to go to OT. I know to go to Hambone, Smoke Ham. That's what I want eventually, and eventually I'm going to get there. I want to make sure that my apparel is up in par, that I'm producing quality clothing, that I want to make sure that my algorithm, I think that's a proper term, is working properly so that way I'm reaching those individuals that I need to reach to generate the revenue. Because out of the revenue, I need to make sure that I have enough of revenue, that I have enough of money coming in that I can support Smash Bros. Radio, that I can set up my trust fund, that I can set up these scholars chairs. I have all of this that I want because it's okay for me to have it. And it's okay for you to have it. But how bad do you want it? Are you willing to change your way? Are you willing to change your concept? Are you willing to change your perspective? Are you willing to finally stand up and let people know, fuck you, this is how it's going to be from now on. These are the boundaries. These are the guidelines. This is how it's going to be from now on. You like it, you like it. You don't, get over it. Fuck you, fuck everybody else. That's what I want. I want to be able to call Nina Chanel. Nina, do you have time enough to come on? Or do you have time enough to to do a song? Tony Kenyon over in Atlanta. Tony, I need this. Do you have time to produce this? I know who to go to. See, I have 2 years, 65. I need to make sure, I'm 63 now. At 65 years old, I need to make sure that everything's lined up. I need to make sure that LLC is correct. I need to make sure that I have my copyright, my trademark set up. I need to make sure that I know everything I know about, that I can learn, that I'm going to learn, that I'm going to continue growing when it comes to Smash Bros. Radio. Because I owe everything to Smash Bros. I want to be syndicated. I'm going to be syndicated. I need to make sure that everything that I get goes back to Smash Bros. Radio. I know who to thank. Roger Chaney started it. Started all of this. It started from Roger Chaney. Then it went to Jonathan Crumb. Now it's Ralph. I know where I came from. I know who opened the doors for me. It's okay. And when people say it's not okay, it's not okay for you, but this has nothing to do with you. It has all to do with me. What's right for me? What do I want? Now, I would love to have your support. I do. I want your support. It helps. But it's not going to stop me if I don't have it. Because you can't stop me. I can stop me. And what do I give a fuck about what you think? How you see me. It's how I see me. It's how I see me. Your opinion when it comes to me has no effect, has no significance, has no relevancy when it comes to me. It's okay. And once you have stood your ground, and once you have proven to individuals and people start understanding that, well, wow, look at them. and they see that positive change in you, they're going to come around. And it's going to be left up to you whether or not you accept them back or not. Because understand that as you become more successful, as you progress more, your circle has to become less. Because then you have to be conscientious and you have to be cautious of those individuals coming back. Why are you coming back? But it's growth, and it's okay to grow. It's okay. It's okay. You're going to be okay. It is what it is. Do you. It's time. It's time. And you can't. I got faith in you. Baby, I got faith in you. I believe in you. You got this. Trust me. 63 fucking years old. I have my own show. A morning show. An old ass motherfucking old white man has a show on a black radio, digital radio station. I'm the only light bright, damn near white. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 9 to 10 Central Standard Time. And there was a lot of people who, woo, baby. There were a lot of jealousy. There's still a lot of hatred out there. People wondering how the hell why does he have? He ain't earned it. I didn't. I haven't earned my right. I didn't. I haven't paid my dues. People who have put in 10, 15 years have morning shows. I never had the experience. And I'm going on my second, third year. It's okay. You're going to be okay. I'm going to be okay. Get over it. But I love you. Know your value. And I appreciate y'all tremendously. You know, y'all just don't know. I appreciate y'all tremendously. But know your value. Know your worth. Know that you control everything about you. And most importantly, know that I love you more than I love my luggage. I will see y'all Friday. Y'all take care. Have a wonderful hook day. I'll see y'all Friday. Take care. The live stream on the show. On the show. The live stream. On the show. On the show. On the show. The live stream. The live stream on the show.